What is up, my friends? You're welcome along to our player ratings here at Anfield Agenda after Liverpool have travelled to Villa Park and beaten Aston Villa by 3-1. You know the drill by now, my friends. I'm going to take you through the players individually, give you my scores and ask you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Maybe play along and let me know your scores as well. We are being brought to you today and with all of our matchday content with thanks to our friends at Circl, the football sweepstakes game with the winners decided by events that happen live on the pitch and every moment counts. You can scan the QR code in the top right hand corner of the screen. That will bring you to the download page where you can download the Circl app. You do need to be a UK resident, age 18 plus. It is a gambling product, so begambleaware.org is there for your responsible gambling tools. And if you want to get yourself £5 in free bets when you deposit and place £5 in bets, use the referral code anfieldagenda. That way, when you use our referral code, deposit and place £5 in bets, you will get those £5 in free bets from Circl to use at your discretion. Right, let's start off with the big man between the sticks, and oh my god, am I glad to have this boy in goal for Liverpool Football Club. He just keeps reminding us time and time again why he is, in my opinion, the best goalkeeper playing his trade in world football, and I don't say that lightly. That is how highly I rank Alisson Becker. And today we conceded a goal, but it was a fantastic header from Ollie Watkins that he couldn't have done anything about. Defensively we could have, but I don't think Alisson could be a fault for that. So for me, with Alisson Becker today, I'm going to give him a 7. I think, again, very happy to have him at the club. We move on now to Trent AlexanderArnold, and he did look a little bit tired as the game went on. You can see why Jurgen Klopp made the change, but in the first half I thought both our fullbacks were imperious and I thought Trent was part of it. But here comes the part where I dock him a point, because himself and Joe Matip should have done better for Ollie Watkins' goal. There was no excuse for allowing a forward to get in between the both of them when you could see everything unfolding in front of you. Now, I hold Matip more responsible, if I'm being honest with you, than Trent for it, but still, we could have done better. But the redemption arc, that ball that Trent played to Andy Robertson, who set up Mohamed Salah for the first goal, that is quite simply a bit of football porn. Absolutely magnificent. And for that reason, I'm going to give Trent also a 7, because I thought he had a really good game today. It's only that point stopped him getting an 8, that bit of defender with Matip. Joe Matip, again, also going to be docked a point for that situation, but I thought he had a very good game alongside Virgil Van Dijk. You know, you could make an argument, is he right up there with Ibrahima Konate as a great partner for Van Dijk? Because I'm always confident when Matip plays, I'm always confident when Ibu plays, but today, apart from that one situation where we should have done better defensively, I thought Joel Matip was good. I thought he did his job effectively. He will lose a point for that, so with that at point, you're going to get a 6 for me today. I know, a bit harsh, but he shouldn't have conceded that goal. Should have been defended. Virgil Van Dijk scored today. Left foot volley from Van Dijk, or left foot strike, you know, a bit of a collector's item. I thought Van Dijk was the better of the two centre-backs today. I thought that he was a leader at the back. I was a bit worried at times when... Well, actually, I'll save that bit of moaning for somebody else. But I was a bit worried at times that there was a few Villa players getting a bit too much space. But I do think Van Dijk was back to his best today. And I'm going to give him a 7. Andy Robertson, my Anfield Agenda man of the match today. I thought he was near faultless. Absolutely phenomenal display from Andy Robertson, right through from that amazing run and assist after the brilliant ball from Trent for the first goal. He just kept on charging down that left-hand side. He was up against it in a very, very fast, effective player in Leon Bailey for Aston Villa, but I thought Robbo was magnificent. He's my Anfield Agenda man of the match. I'm going to give Andy Robertson a 9 today. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. Fabinho, better, much better from Fabinho. That's the Fabinho that we're used to seeing, and you know, it was lovely to see so many people say as much in the first half in our chat. I thought that in that first half, our midfield trio of Fabinho, Thiago and Henderson were sublime, and Fabinho was a very good part of that. There is one little niggly point that I got annoyed about though, and that is the space that was being given to Buendia at times in that second half when Villa pulled it back to 2-1. The space that he was finding in between the lines, I don't know where to pin the blame. My instinct says defensive midfielder, but whatever the reasoning, how somebody didn't tell Fabinho to man mark Buendia when he was just drifting into pockets of space all over the place and there wasn't Liverpool players within 5 yards of him, I was screaming at the TV, screaming at the camera for somebody to just pick him up. But that being said, this is a much better performance from Fabinho than we have seen in recent times. So I'm going to give Fabinho a 7, and more of this please, Fab, because it's great to see you getting back to yourself. Thiago Alcantara. Usually I'm on here and I'm only going to speak in glowing terms about Thiago because I love the man. But as much as we were brilliant in that first half in midfield, and as much as I thought he was doing a lot of good stuff, there was a couple of occasions where I felt like he played needless passes into areas that were putting players under pressure, and we turned over possession a couple of times. So even though we were really good today, and even though he's probably my favourite Liverpool player that was on the pitch today, his performance didn't match it. So I'm going to give him a 6 today because I expect a little bit better than Thiago in possession, and I thought he was a bit wasteful at times today when we had the ball. Jordan Henderson. I don't know how many times I have to come back and say, told you, this lad isn't finished. People keep talking about Hendo being gone, being finished, being past it, not being good enough, and I'll always defend him forever. I do think his role should diminish over the next year or so, but today, again, you will see why we are a better team with Jordan Henderson in that midfield directing things, because he's legit. He's a fantastic player. I'm so proud that he's our club captain. And today, for Jordan Henderson, I'm going to give him an 8. I thought he put in a very good performance. Moving on to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who may be a bit of a surprise starter in the team today, but I thought that he more than repaid his manager's faith. I thought in the first half in particular, some of the work he did down that left-hand side, you probably remember the one instance I'm thinking about where he looked like he got 3 or 4 ricochets and everything went his way and he rolled it down to Darwin. I thought Alex was very good today. Look, he tired in the second half. No surprise there. He hasn't had many competitive minutes in his legs. But I can't sit here and knock the lad for that. It's not his fault. He's working his way back to fitness. I do think he'll move on at the end of the season. But I'm going to give him a 7 today because I think Alex played well. Mohamed Salah. Just puts the ball in the net, doesn't he? It's what Mohamed Salah does. And I was willing him on for that chance where he started in the second half, where he ran from inside our own half, got through, and eventually I think he was too fast for himself, and the ball got put behind for a corner. But I mean, what can we say that hasn't been said about Mohamed Salah? Even if he's not at his brilliant best, he'll put the ball in the net or he'll set one up, and there's a reason why Liverpool were willing to break our wage structure for this man, because he is quite simply outstanding. So I'm going to give Mo an 8 for today's performance. Darwin Nuñez. This is probably the one where a lot of you are waiting, because I can't really defend it. I can't defend the missing of chances. I will defend people saying he's crap, because he's not, or anything like it. But his finishing isn't good enough, and it needs to be sorted, because he should have had a hat-trick today. He could have had 2 against Manchester City. But there are a lot of good things as well. Good things that some people won't speak about. I will, though. His running, his harassing of defenders, his positioning. He gets caught offside too often. Now today, it probably looked a bit more obvious, but Unai Emery's team play with a high line and they catch teams offside. Look at the defensive statistics of the last few clubs he's managed and you will see that they are above average for catching teams offside. Still, he should have done better today. But it was his resilience and determination that kept the ball in for Bajcetic for the 3rd goal, which killed the game off. But all that being said, I can't sit here and say anything other than the goals need to start coming. The goals will start coming, and he does need to be better. So 5 for Darwin Nunez for me today. Harvey Elliott. It's always hard to judge players when they came on, but there was that one moment of class that I spoke about in my match reaction video where, I gave Mahrez, I was going to say Paddy Mahrez there, that's how much our chat has me or in my head. Mahrez's chance against Liverpool that he scored was all about that first touch that took him past Robertson. Harvey Elliott did something similar today in the centre of the park when the ball was played to him. He was being marked touch tight and he just controlled it and moved it into space in one arc and then just rolled it into the left side to start an attack. I love this guy, and the more he gets to play, the better he's going to get. So it's always difficult to gauge a substitute when they come on, but we'll give Harvey Elliott a 7, which, by the way, I also believe should be his future number when Jimmy Milner hands up his boots. Next up, Nabi Keita, the man who has frustrated us more than any other man that I can think of in recent years. But you know what? Give the man his credit today. Nabi Keita came on and he made a difference. He was snapping into challenges, he was pressing high, he was winning balls up the pitch, and he was setting up attacks. I liked what I seen today from Nabi Keita. I thought it was a very impressive display off the bench. So again, a 7 for Nabi. Joe Gomez, I'm struggling with Joe, how to figure this out, because he didn't really have much to do when he came on, and he didn't do anything wrong. So just for the point of view of I don't have many memories of him being involved, I'm going to go 6. This young man though, this young man right here, number 43, Stefan Bajcetic, the Spanish national of, I think, Serbian descent. Keep an eye on this kid. Look, Liverpool fans, you know all about Bajcetic at this point. Klopp brought him on today and he ended the game. He put it beyond question with a moment of composure and class and awareness from a young man that is destined to do great things. He is learning his trade from Thiago Alcantara. You're not going to get many better than that. This kid is legit, and there's a reason why Jurgen Klopp rates him so highly. So Bajcetic, take a bow, young man. A little cameo today gets you an 8 from me, and I'm looking forward to many more years of Bajcetic doing bits in that Liverpool midfield. And that brings us to this young man, who, again, I can't speak highly enough of. Ben Doak had me won over very early in his Liverpool career. But today, that drop of the shoulder, to leave Lucas Denia, who was a fine defender, a very good player, to just leave him for dust down that right-hand side, and he got involved in over and over and over again. This young man that we brought in from Celtic is legit. This young man is going to go a long way in football, and I cannot wait to see him explode onto the Premier League scene in coming years. He's a little bit too early. He's probably not there just yet. He needs a bit more nurturing, a bit more coaching through. But my God, we have a player on our hands. Ben Doak, young man. You will also have an A for me, sir, because even though it was just a brief cameo, what a cameo it was. And I think that brings us back through to Alisson Becker. So yes, that's it for me, my friends, for today. My man of the match, as I said, was Andy Robertson. If you want to help us out with our charity stream on December 30th, you will find the link to donate directly to our Talk to Tom charity link in the description of this video. Thank you to our sponsor, Circl, as well, but the football betting app, with rental dictated. Nope, not football betting app. Circl will give out to you if I say that. Let's pretend I didn't say the last bit. The football sweepstakes game, with the winners decided by events that happen live on the pitch, and every moment counts. Thank you, my friends. I will see you guys very soon. Drop a like on the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Much love. Bye-bye.